What's up, everybody? This is the Sky's Flavor YouTube channel, and I'm so glad to anyone who has joined. I can't wait to start making videos. This is, hopefully my first video. I put this American-based DX-10 in this old Infinity home audio sub box. That sub's up there. I use it to hold my keys and wallet. But just gonna see how this sounds in this box. And I'm not gonna lie, I've done a little bit of testing with it, and it does sound pretty good. I'm gonna test it inverted and normal. Start with inverted, obviously. Okay, so gonna start off with a 43 hertz tone. Just see how it does. This is gonna be start full volume, so be ready. My amp's not on. Hold up. Okay, now I got the amp kicked on. Let's... What? There's an ad. Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna test it. 43 hertz full volume. That was pretty good. That was loud. It was shaking shit. Just want to say one thing about the DX-10. This is probably my favorite budget sub of all time. And I think they're down to like $70 now that the, King series is out. So, yeah, this is honestly one of the best budget subs I've ever bought. The DX series, they do so well. And American-based lying about 35 hertz being the lowest they can play, that's just not even true, and I'm about to prove it. Let's do 13 full volume. Look at that. Shaking that whole thing. See that? Does good, and it's really not even getting that warm. It stays pretty cool. It's got a pretty good, cooling system going on. Wow, I honestly cannot believe how well... the power supply fan just kicked on. I honestly cannot believe how good this sub does. And it's 600 watts max, 4 ohms. But, in my car, I have 2 of them on a Hyphonics 1200 watt amp. And it's bridgeable at 4 ohms to put out the full 1200, right? And I did that to one of the subs when my RCAs weren't working, and it took it like a champ, and it barely got hot. Like, it's a little warm right now, but really nothing out of the ordinary. 90 ounce double stack magnet. So let's flip it regular and see how it sounds. Alright, so now that I tested the DX-10 and you saw a little bit of what it can do, why don't we put one of my Pyramid Super Pros in there and see how it does in this box? Because honestly, it's a sound around brand, which is, you know, Pyle and Lanzar. Lanzar is actually not a bad brand. Well, it's a bad brand, but it's not the worst thing ever. Could be Scar. So, and these Pyramid subs aren't necessarily bad. I had them in my car for a little while. They look nice. They have that, you know, 2000s look. I really like that. But they just don't sound the greatest. But let's toss it in there. Inverted. Probably won't do it normal because the wiring's a little annoying. But, yeah. Let's see how it does. Alright, got the Pyramid sub in there. Tried to get it, you know, as centered as I could. I probably did. Oh my god, I did a horrible job. But it's whatever. It's a, you know, $60 sub. And I plan on selling them. So if you guys are interested and you want to buy them, I'll let both of them go for 80 bucks. They're not bad. You can see some of the specs right there. And we're going to see if that frequency response is true. I also just realized I'm not sure why it says 2.5 thousand hertz. There's no way it can do that. It can't even do mids. Unfortunately, I've tried. But we're going to start off with 28 because it says 28 to 2.5 thousand. Yeah. Alright. We're going to start at half volume and just keep clicking up. Got it moving a little. Alright, well, it's doing 28 hertz. Okay, I'm starting to smell coil a little bit, so let's kick that up to 43. I don't think it's supposed to be inverted, so. Alright, that's 15. Look at it go. It's moving. That's 10. It is not a happy camper with that. But it's not even warm, and I don't smell the coil anymore. I guess it was just 28 hertz. Let's kick it up really high. You see those leads? See that? Ooh, wait. Okay, I think it's good. You see it kind of tweak out there, but that is why it is, you know, pretty common that they, you know, weave the tinsel leads through. See that? So they don't flap around. And, you know, $100 sub can do it. But a $60 sub can't. But it doesn't perform bad